In this video, we will see about special function registers of 8051. These are the different special function registers of 8051, which are in the memory locations starting from 80 to FF. We will see one by one all the special function registers. The first important register is accumulator. It is one of the most important registers in 8051 microcontroller. It is used to store one of the operands in all arithmetic operations and also most of the logical operations. It is necessary that one of the operands or one of the data values should be stored in accumulator for performing the arithmetic and logical operations. It is also used for transferring the data between external memory and 8051 microcontroller. Next one, register B. This is a general purpose register which can be used as to store the data, but it is also used along with the accumulator register in multiplication and division operations. For performing multiplication and division operations, the data should be stored in accumulator and register B. The two data values should be stored in accumulator and the register B to perform multiplication and division operations. Then next special function register is program status word register. It's a 8-bit register which is also called as flag register. It is used to indicate the result produced after the execution of certain instructions. And the status flags in the program status word register can be monitored using various instructions. This is the PSW register which has 8 bits. The first bit or bit 0 is called as parity bit. This parity bit value is set, that is, the value of parity bit will be equal to 1 if the accumulator has odd number of ones. That is, the data which is stored in the accumulator in binary form, if it has odd number of ones, then parity bit is set. The parity bit will be reset if the accumulator has even number of ones. Then the bit 1 is not specified any particular function, or it can be used as a storage bit by the programmer. The next bit is overflow flag. This overflow bit is set to 1 if the result of any arithmetic operation is larger than the value FF. Then the next bit we have in PSW register is F0, which is a general purpose flag and can be used as a memory location, 1-bit memory location. The next bit in PSW register is auxiliary carry flag. Auxiliary carry bit is set to 1 if there is a carry from bit D3 to D4 during addition, or if there is a borrow in case of subtraction. Carry flag is set to 1 if there is a carry out from the bit D7. The carry flag can also be set or reset with the help of instructions. Then the next bits are RS1 and RS0. These are called as register select bits. By specifying the different values to RS1 and RS0, I can select a particular register bank in RAM location of 8051. So if RS1 and RS0 both are 0, then register bank 0 is selected. If RS1 is 0 and RS0 is 1, register bank 1 is selected. So depending upon the values which we give to RS1 and RS0, a particular register bank is selected. Moving on, the next special function register is tmod or timer mode register. This special function register tmod is used for setting the operation modes of timers which are there in 8051. Tmod is a 8-bit register in which the lower 4 bits are used for controlling the timer 0 or to set the operation mode of timer 0, whereas the upper 4 bits are used for timer 1. In both the cases, that is whether we are talking about timer 0 or timer 1, the lower bits, that is M0 and M1, which you are seeing here, they are used for setting the mode of the timer, and the other 2 bits or the upper bits, which are written as gate and C by T here, they are used for specifying the operation of the operation of the timer. Now in this M1 and M0, they are used for selecting the mode of operation of the timer. Timers in 8051, they can be operated in different modes. We can operate or select that particular mode by giving the values to M1 and M0. Then the next bit, that is C by T bit, it is used for deciding whether the timer will work as a delay generator or as a counter. If C by T value is equal to 0, then timer works as delay generator. If C by T is equal to 1, it works as counter. Here C stands for counter, T is for timer. Then the next bit is gate bit. It decides whether the timer will be controlled, the starting and the stopping of the timer, whether it will be done with the help of any software signal or with the help of hardware. If the value of gate bit is equal to 0, it indicates that the start and the stop of the timer will be controlled by giving some software instructions, and the instructions that are used for these are set bit TR1 and clear TR1. This is used to start the timer, this is used to stop the timer. Similarly, if we want to start and stop the timer by hardware with the help of some external source, then we have to set the value of gate bit to 1. Then the other registers in special function registers are TH0 and TL0. They form the lower byte and higher byte for timer 0. These two registers, TH0 and TL0, together are used for timer 0. Similarly, we have the registers for timer 1, which are given as TH1 and TL1. Here TH means higher byte of timer 0 and TL means lower byte of timer 0. So you can see here the bits of timer 0. TL0 forms the lower byte, TH0 forms the higher byte for timer 0. So these two registers together are used for timer 0. Similarly, we have TL1 and TH1 for timer 1. Then the next register is stack pointer register, which points to the top of the stack and it keeps track of the address of the instructions, and it is used in accessing the instructions whenever we use an interrupt subroutine. The next special function register is SCON or serial control register. This register controls the modes of operation of serial port, and it also contains some status bits which indicate the completion of the serial data transmission and reception during serial communication. So these are the different bits of serial control register. RI is receive interrupt flag, TI is transmit interrupt flag. Then RB8 and TB8, they are the ninth bit of the received data and ninth bit of transmitted data. Whenever we are receiving serial data, we enable this REN bit, which is receive enable bit. Then SM0 and SM1, they are used for selecting the mode of serial communication. Depending upon these two values, we can select different modes of serial communication. The next register is serial data buffer register. Whenever any data we want to send in the form of serial bits, we have to store that data byte into the serial data buffer register. Then only we can transmit it serially. Or whenever any data is received during the serial communication, it is first stored in serial buffer register. Then next one is timer control register. This is used for controlling the timer. Okay, you can see here these are the different bits. This TF1 and TR1, they are for timer 1. They are used for starting the timer and also for monitoring the timer. Similarly, TF0 and TR0, they are used for monitoring the timer 0 and setting the timer 0. These two are for timer 1, these two are for timer 0. This is called as timer flag bit. Then the next one is IE bit. This is set to 1 whenever there is an interrupt at interrupt 1, and whenever that interrupt is processed by the microcontroller, it is automatically cleared by the microcontroller itself. Similarly, whenever there is an interrupt at interrupt 0, this IE0 bit will be set, and whenever that particular subroutine is processed, it is cleared by the controller or the processor. Then we have IT1 and IT0. These two are used for indicating whether the interrupt is a edge level or low level. Okay, so it is set to 0 when there is an interrupt generated by a low level signal, or it is cleared when there is an interrupt generated by a falling edge signal at interrupt 1. So this is for interrupt 1. The same functioning for interrupt 0, it is performed by this first bit of timer control. The next special function register is interrupt priority register. This is used for assigning priority to the different interrupt sources. By default, this is the priority from highest to lowest. The highest priority is interrupt 0 and lowest priority is timer 2, which is there only in 8052. If it is 8051, the lowest priority is for serial communication. So if we want to change the priority of these interrupts, we can use this interrupt priority register, which has different bits. By making these values of the different interrupts to 1, we can give them the highest priority. Out of these 8 bits, the last 2 bits are reserved and the rest of the bits are for different interrupts. Whenever a particular bit is made 1, that particular interrupt is given the highest priority. Next one is interrupt enable register. Different bits of this register are used for enabling the different interrupts. Then we have data pointer register, which is used for pointing to a data type in external RAM, and it has 2 registers, data point lower and data point higher, DPH and DPL. Then we have 4 registers for 4 ports, P0, P1, P2 and P3. These are the different bits of these registers.